Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Homeopathic Trials. Now today's video we are going to discuss a very well-known polycrest remedy which is Bryonia. Now this is a remedy which is usually prescribed very frequently on the basis of its characteristic modalities, that is aggravation from slightest motion and better by rest and pressure. But there is much more to this remedy which we are going to see in this video. So please do watch this video till the end and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let's get to 2000 subscribers on this channel very soon. So without wasting much more time, let's begin. Bryonia alba is a remedy which belongs to the plant kingdom and the family Cucurbitaceae and the order Violales. The main theme or the main feeling of this family is of great aversion to get disturbed. And the main feeling of the remedy is a strong desire to work hard continuously in order to make up the losses or gain a place of peace and rest. The central feeling can explain the majority of Bryonia mind symptoms. The strong desire to work hard makes a Bryonia person extremely business minded and a workaholic person. A Bryonia person works very hard and constantly. This can be seen in our repertory where we find Bryonia in the rubric mind activity desires activity. Bryonia people have a great inclination towards doing a business and might also have a great inclination towards the stock market or any such place which can help them to make up their losses very quickly. Also, this great inclination to work comes from a great financial insecurity that the remedy has deep within. Bryonia is a three-mark remedy in the mind rubric fear poverty of. The most characteristic feature of this fear is that it is most of the times causeless, because in out of 9 out of 10 cases of Bryonia, these people are quite stable financially, but still they fear that one day when they stop working, they will get poor, and thus this state gets more predominant when a Bryonia person falls ill, where he constantly has a desire to go to work in his illness. Now these people are extremely industrious and they work at a very great pace with a great consistency. The proverb work is worship is something they believe and they live, and so these people cannot tolerate when they are disturbed from doing their work. But while working at such a great pace, they normally become emotionally dry and insensitive to the emotions of others. They have a strong desire to be left alone, as they don't wish to show their internal irritability and anger, which in turn is coming from the great fear of poverty that they have. Now, this desire to be alone and quiet is quite evident in their sick state, where they don't want anyone near them, unlike a phosphorus state where they just wish to lie down quietly in a dark room, which makes them feel better. Now, another important aspect of a Bryonia patient is their fears and anxieties. Now, a Bryonia person is quite anxious person, though he might not show it externally, and the major area of their concern is always the financial aspect. Now, they always have a strong fear of failing in their business, which fuels them to work hard. Some other fears of Bryonia include fear of death or fear about their future, etc. Bryonia patients are also quite avaricious, but here they can be differentiated from the other avaricious remedies like arsenic, murk salt, pulsatilla in the fact that they don't mind spending their money for a good cause. All these previously mentioned things are not so very evident in a Bryonia child, of course, owing to the age. But one thing which is very characteristic and which is seen in almost all the Bryonia children is that the child is extremely demanding and stubborn. The child demands for many things and then refuses them flatly. This comes out of a strong sense of discontent and dissatisfaction for everything. The Bryonia child wants things but doesn't understand what exactly does he want. Now that we have understood the various personality traits of a Bryonia person, let's try and understand the various sphere of action of Bryonia and its action upon it. The major sphere of action of Bryonia is on female reproductive tract, liver, on joints, and in the cases of fever. So at first, let's try to understand the action of Bryonia on the female reproductive tract. Now, in the female reproductive system, the main action of Bryonia is on the female breasts. It is a great remedy for mastitis. It can act really well in the cases of mastitis where there is a stony hardness of the breast and extreme stitching pains in the breast. One of the most famous and a characteristic keynote of Bryonia is that the female has to support her breasts with their hands to prevent the least motion. Another important action of Bryonia in the cases of Bryonia females is the vicarious menses. That is, instead of menses, the patient shows discharge of blood from other orifices of the body, example nosebleed, etc. Another important organ where Bryonia acts very well is in the cases or diseases of the liver. Bryonia works wonders when prescribed sufficiently and efficiently in the cases of jaundice and hepatitis, etc. In such cases, liver region gets sore and tensive, and there is a great tenderness of the abdominal wall over there. Also, these pains are worse by breathing, coughing, or by pressure. In some of the liver complaints or in some of the liver diseases of Bryonia, the patient might experience severe constipation where the stool of the person is getting dry, hard, large, and appears as if burnt. Now, Bryonia is also an excellent remedy for joints and fibrous tissues. Bryonia patients usually have a rheumatic and a gouty diathesis. Joints of the patient appear to be red, hot, swollen, with a lot of stitching and tearing pain in the joint. Now, these pains of the patient are aggravated on least movement and are better by rest and pressure. Sometimes a Bryonia patient might also have painful stiffness in the nape of the neck. Now, Bryonia is also a very good remedy for fevers. It can work really well in almost all kinds of fevers, especially when these fevers develop slowly over 2 to 3 days. Now, patient might get these fevers from taking cold in the summer weather or by exposure to the draught of cold wind. Now, during fevers, the patient lies down quietly on the bed and he doesn't wish to speak to anyone. Even a slightest motion of the eye makes the patient worse. Along with the fever, the patient might have dry hard cough with a stitching pain in the chest, dry white coated tongue, and great thirst for large quantity of cold water. And at the end, let's have a look at few confirmatory symptoms of Bryonia. The very first confirmatory symptom for giving Bryonia is the great dryness of the various mucous membranes of the body as well as of the skin. The second can be two most important modalities of Bryonia, which are aggravated by slightest motion and better by absolute rest and pressure. The third can be Bryonia patients have a great thirst for large quantities of water. And the fourth and the final and important one is that these patients might have a great desire for oysters, sweets, cold and sour drinks. So this was all about Bryonia. We hope that this video has proven useful for you to understand Bryonia as well as to write your drug picture answer in your exams. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel, and also we wish all our viewers Happy New Year in this year 2022.